Hey guys, Officer Granite here. Want to thank you guys for joining me for this special video. We have recently, thanks to you crazy people, gotten to 7,000 YouTube subscribers, and I figured it would be time to pay off that question video that I've promised you guys a while ago. So let's get going. Here's a handful of questions that you guys have asked me over the last year, and I'm going to do my best to answer them for you. 1. What kind of special training did I have before I made electronics and animatronics? Absolutely none. My training came from watching YouTube videos, having prior history with remote control cars, and just living by trial and error until things happened. I just made a file, printed it, saw what worked, redid what didn't, and here we are with a significant amount of Pokemon now. Next up, what do I carry on me for the LARP aspects? Well, I carry at least 3 Pokeballs, 2 homemade antidotes, 2 homemade potions, my duty belt. I mean, you've seen all of the videos where I'm at conventions or out in the woods by myself talking to myself. So y'all seen what's on my duty belt. What my favorite Pokemon is. Now I split this into two categories. My favorite starter is Squirtle, hands down, no questions asked. But as far as non-starter Pokemon, it's a really tough call because I've developed it into Pidgey, I guess, just because of the sentimental nature of Pidgey being my first animatronic. And that ties into the next question. Why did I choose Pidgey for my first animatronic? Well, at the time, I didn't know how to split models and cut down bigger stuff to make smaller printable pieces. So at the time, Pidgey was one of the 2 or 3 Pokemon that would fit completely on my Ender 3 build plate. So I wouldn't have to chop it up more than I already had, and I wouldn't have to weld the pieces together. So I did that as my first attempt, and here we are. So people ask why I don't build bigger animatronics. Well, it boils down to you saw how Dodrio ended up. The real answer is I build these things to interact with for videos and to take to comic conventions and anime conventions, and the truth of the matter is that the bigger the outfit or the props you take to these things, the bigger posse of people you have to go with you to kind of watch the area around you, make sure no one bumps into you or you don't break something by moving it around. So by keep printing the smaller Pokemon and building the smaller Pokemon, I avoid all that. What's my plans for 2025? I'm going to at least 2 conventions, Comic-Con in my hometown of Birmingham, Alabama, and Dragon Con in Atlanta, Georgia. I have never been to Dragon Con, and it's been on my list for a while. The plan is to, at minimum, have enough animatronics for 1 different Pokemon a day for 5 days. Now, I'd like to have spares in case something happens, so that's why I'm still building up the roster. Other than that, there may be a couple other conventions that I go to around the Southeast that would be like game time decisions, but I'm also going to try to... My main goal for 2025 is to get my YouTube channel to where I can monetize it so that I can keep building more extravagant Pokemon animatronics. Polymaker 3D has saved my life in 2024 by sponsoring me with 3D filament, and their help has gotten me to where I am right this second. Kabuto wouldn't have been possible. The Magnemite I'm working on wouldn't have been possible without them. That's just how it is. I'd like to get a 3D printer sponsor. I've reached out to Ender, I've reached out to Bamboo Labs, I've just heard nothing back. But my goal is to hit the threshold with views on both my shorts, and I'm trying to make better long form content this upcoming year so that I can hit that view threshold to monetize my channel. Not to get rich, but just to help keep this stuff going. I do this just for the love of the game. Another question was, what's my favorite animatronic that I've done and why? Well, no matter how advanced my animatronics get and how many more features they get, I'm always going to like Pidgey the most, just because it showed me I could do this. It's the first one that I actually took into public, and just the reactions I have gotten off of it and continue to get off of it really let me know that I need to keep doing what I'm doing. Just because inside every one of these 30-year-old people at a convention is a 9-year-old inner child that's just screaming when they see Pidgey moving around. I think the highlight of my year this year was getting notoriety off of a Reddit post and having a couple internet news stories written about me on various gaming and nerd websites. That really made me feel good, just to see people writing about the stuff that I'm doing. And every time people share my stuff, it just keeps me making more stuff just to do it. Like I said, I'm in it for the love of the game. I'd like to get to the point where I can order electronics and order materials without having it interfere with my regular personal finances, because I don't like delaying projects, but sometimes it's necessary. But hopefully we can work on that this upcoming year, and you guys can spread my message and spread my word, and the right people can see it, and we can make some great things happen. Because this is not just me anymore. This is you guys too. Y'all are my people. Y'all keep me going. And like I said in my wrap-up video for 2024, we are all in this, and you guys are my driving force. I hope you guys enjoyed this question and answer video. I've promised it for a while. There'll probably be another one, because I know I've missed questions that people have asked. One more thing people ask me a lot: do I sell these? No, I don't. You can have the files on my Patreon, but I want to keep doing this as long as I can, because it makes me happy. And if I sell these animatronics, it's going to get me the wrong kind of attention from Nintendo, and I don't want them to make me stop. So it's as simple as that. Link is in the description. If you want those, you can make your own. No big deal. But I'm not going to take the risk of having all this come crashing down just to make a quick buck. There's other ways to make that happen. But I thank you guys for joining me this morning and hearing me ramble and answer some questions that you may or may not have had. I'd love to do this again, and I'm happy y'all are here watching me. Until the next video, until the next progress video, or until the next finished animatronic, y'all get out, y'all let that inner child have fun, and we'll see you again sometime. Bye.